Hello, everyone. Welcome back to RollPlay Solum. I'm going into hour number 2 here. Neal, you're muted.
So, JP, you wanted to do something crazy.
I wouldn't say it's crazy. I'm just testing some stuff. So I go in the room, and what? Just normal room, small room.
You're talking about your in-room?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I unfold the napkin for the portable hole. No, not. Is it
Yeah?
portable hole? Is that what it
Well,
was? Where you put all the
yeah.
mithril? Yeah. Unfold that in the center of it and stick my head in. How big is the room inside? Is it comparable to the hotel room I'm in?
It's like a 10-foot diameter circle, I think. Is it 6 feet or 10 feet? It's basically,
I
no,
don't
I
have
think
that.
it's a 3-foot diameter hole that's 10 feet deep. It's
Okay.
10 feet deep for sure. Just got to figure out the width of this sucker.
Okay.
I don't remember. HIJKLMP. Portable hole. 6 feet in diameter, 10 feet deep.
6 feet in diameter. Oh, in diameter. So that's
Yeah, it's a circle.
Is it a circular room?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
I mean, the hole is, I think, a circular napkin that you fold
Are
up.
there any windows in it?
No, no, it's not even like a building. It's just like a pit of extra dimensional space.
And so there's nothing in there. It's just kind of like what? I guess what does the inside of the room look like? Is it wood paneling? What is in there? Or is it literally just 6 feet in diameter, 10 feet tall of just black space?
The sides are strands of ether and the beams of astral plane luminaries.
What? So I'm seeing like
Trippy.
space.
Let me just double check here to make sure that I'm not going to refute anything. No. So the walls are kind of this shimmering silver that kind of descend and form more or less. It's not like a flat bottom. Think of it if the bottom was kind of baggish, almost like it kind of dips down a little bit. It's more or less flat, but there's kind of like there's some variance to it. The walls seem pretty solid when you unfold half of it, poke your head in and push against the wall, but you do feel like a slight tingle in your hand as you push against them. But it's kind of this white series of fibers or strands, some as thick as
Penis?
a nickel.
Okay.
Either
No,
one.
they'd be like this.
I take if there's any pieces of mithril that I could pick up and throw, I want to like throw them and hit the edge of the room.
I mean, you can like tilt the bag so that the gravity shifts in it, and then the mithril starts falling down.
Just making a mess.
Oh yeah, you can knock a few of them out of the bag if
I
you
can't
want.
just pick like one of them up and throw it. Are they
It's
too
ten,
big?
it's a whole 10. Look, you tilt it on side, you pick up a piece of mithril. Yeah, but it's a 10-foot deep hole, so you gotta like. But it doesn't matter. You get some mithril. It's cool.
Okay. Can I just want to throw it at the wall and see what happens when it hits the
The
wall.
wall of the bag of
Yeah,
the
the
portable
portable
hole.
hole.
It strikes the wall with kind of a very hard, high pitched sound, as if the wall cannot give way, almost like metal striking on metal or stone on metal.
How big is this? Is it this thing that I unfolded? What? How big is the thing that I unfolded?
So
And
you
how
just
big
like
is the entrance to the room? Into the portable hole.
it's a 6 foot. However much you unfold is how big the entrance is.
I
So right
unfold
now
the
you've
entire
unfolded
thing.
half of it. All right, so now you've laid it out on the floor. Part of it's sticking underneath your bed, but you've got this 6-foot pit in the floor, and you're standing on the edge of it, and the pit is 10 feet deep.
How big is the bed in the hotel room?
I guess it'd be just over 6 feet long.
So it couldn't fit into the hole.
If you tilted it like not downwards, like you wouldn't be able to rest the bed in. You could take the mattress off, but the bed frame is what's putting you over the edge.
Would the bed fit inside the portable hole inside the room if I could get it through the portal and through the portable holes? Fucking, I don't even know how to like talk about this. Through the portable hole entrance, would it fit inside the room?
If the hole fits in the room, anything that's in the hole fits in the room.
Okay.
So
How much extra space? So if the bed, you said the bed's 6 foot and it's 6 foot
Yeah.
in diameter. So it would
6 feet
actually be
across, like 3 feet wide, 4 feet wide.
so it would be kind of a tight fit if I just had a bed in there.
Yeah, but you have plenty of space above you. You'd have a couple feet on either side. You pretty much have a bed with some standing room on either edge. It wouldn't be a lot.
Okay. I fold it up and put it away. I get out the spell book that we got from the wizard on the road.
Huh?
Can I study that for the night? Would I have to spend many nights studying that to learn what's inside of it?
Yes, it will take you many nights of study. You're going to want to take a look at the read magic spell, because most spell books are written in the language of magic. They can be written in other languages, but the overwhelming majority is written in the language of magic.
This isn't the read magic spell. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Skill
It's
or
a first
spell?
level spell.
Okay.
Spell.
All right, I'll take a look at that. Apart from that, I just study the spell book, and then it's a normal night from there on.
Okay. Ryan, did you have anything you wanted to do?
Other than get the sword, no.
Okay. Also, I think you might want to take a look at page 107 and 108 for learning spells.
Is this
How that
DM
process
handbook?
generally works.
Then-
No, player's handbook.
Let me just look in this stolen backpack I've got. Hold on one second. Got a few
Page
few new
108.
books.
Nothing but Warhammer in that, you fool.
All right, cool. I'll read this.
Yeah. So the night passes. Everyone.
My turn.
What? Yes, Jen.
Yes.
Yes.
Before going to bed, I wanted to class.
We don't have to role play the masturbation. You just kind of.
I'm gonna cast Claire Audience at the entrance of the town where there was the Voraci officers, just to see what they're saying, if I can.
They're making poop jokes when you first listen in. And as time progresses, it goes from poop jokes to jokes about how women only have one thing they're good for, to jokes about how they can't wait to torture so-and-so. It's just really foul. You're used to hearing this sort of stuff,
Yeah.
but they're just very crude people, not taking anything all that seriously, except at one point when it gets really quiet and you hear the clash of boots together, and then someone hailing an officer. And then once the officer leaves, they get back to their bullshitting.
Alright, and could I cast ESP on like the bar level, like to try to see what people are thinking, like overall mood?
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah, you can. Give me just a second here.
Yeah, like damage gen.
Damn it, Jen. What?
That's the spell she wants to cast.
Okay, there is no saving throw. Okay, so you get the surface thoughts tend to be, I can't believe how drunk I am. How much have I had to drink tonight? To, you know what? We should just fucking kill that man. He's a son of a bitch and doesn't deserve to live for a moment longer. I think I'll probably just get him tonight. To, I don't know, just kind of it's the thoughts that people have when they're in a bar room, but then fill it with, like, you know, soldiers. There's nothing important or compromising, but there's plenty of greed, violence, and lust present.
Alright. And last thing, since I learned astrology, can I try to tell the astrology of our dear party member female that carries the baby?
Helen.
Yeah, that.
Helen of Troy, just think of that.
Yeah.
She's really pretty. Except for this Helen. Is actually quite average.
So basically I don't know if I'm supposed to ask a question or you're just gonna tell me stuff.
If a successful proficiency check is made, the astrologer can foresee some general event, a great battle, a friend lost, a new friendship made. The prediction does not guarantee the result, only indicates the potential result. If the proficiency check has failed, no information is gained. Clearly, this proficiency requires preparation and advanced knowledge on the part of the DM. Because of this, it's permissible for the DM to avoid the question, although this shouldn't be done all the time. Players who want to make their lives, DM's lives, Easier, always a good idea, should consider using this proficiency at the end of a gaming session, giving the DM until the next session to come up with an answer.
Does
DM
it
can
really
use-
say always a good idea?
It does in parentheses. I kid you not. Page 79, Player's Handbook.
I don't know if I believe you.
Look it up. Check the books, JP. Check the books.
I believe him.
Good job, Ryan. 5 more experience.
Thank you.
The blah, 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 blah. So right now you get absolutely no readings whatsoever.
Did you roll for it?
Whoops.
You get no readings whatsoever.
I have 16.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, just making sure.
Speaking of that, where are my dice?
Oh, you're gonna actually roll for stuff today?
Oh, no, I'm not rolling for anything now, but no response from the stars. It's a cloudy night, Jen. You can't even see the stars. That's my answer.
Can I dance with them?
You can't. No, they're stars. They're millions and billions of miles
it's a joke,
away.
bro.
Trillions of miles
Yeah.
away.
Never mind.
I got it.
Thank you, Ryan.
I think we just
You
go to
can't
sleep that
stop
night.
me from dancing, Neil.
I think we just go to sleep.
All
I
right,
wouldn't
you guys
challenge
go to
him on
sleep. Morning arrives pretty uneventfully. Everyone except for Jeff chip in 7 silver for food and lodging, or gold, whatever you want.
I paid for everybody.
Jeff paid for everyone.
You paid for her. Remember, you paid 10 gold for Helen. If you
Well,
want to pay for everyone too, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that was the intention.
Okay. Then just throw down 5 gold, and that will cover the party.
Neil, after
Yeah.
I guess before I go down to meet up at the party, if we want to just try to call this, I use read magic on the book, and it's 2. Oh fuck! Let me just get the thing again instead of trying to.
We gain a health, by the way, right, Neil?
Yes, that was a full day of uneventfulness.
Duration of the spell is 2 rounds per level of experience. The spellcaster, the wizard can read 1 page or equivalent per round. So I'm level 8, so 16 rounds.
Pages?
16 pages, yeah.
Yeah.
And I start from the back.
You start from the back. Okay.
And if this
So-
is going to take too long for you to, if you want to just type it to me later, I can just read it then.
Okay. Sure, because you'll probably want to check all the spells before you start learning spells, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you're doing 16 pages per day...
I'm gonna go. I was gonna actually go pay a visit to Zenzel to try to read magic on the book too. I already messaged you that I learned it today.
Well, only one of you can read a book at the same time, unless you want to read the
Yeah.
same pages at the same time, which you
No,
can totally
but
do.
I
No.
could, let's say I wake up, I go to his room, I notice that he's gonna do the same thing that I want to do, and then I'm gonna offer Zenzel, do you want to split the reading so that we cover more ground and then we identify what we want to learn?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I can trust your intelligence with this.
I am quite intelligent.
I mean, you're average.
No, I'm well above average.
I've studied a lot of things, and it's always the intelligence of other people. You're me. I mean, compared to the rest of the party, you're quite smart. We'll say that.
Ah. All right.
What
But her
actually are you on
intelligence lets her
your
know that
sheet?
that was kind of condescending, she senses.
Yeah.
Just like I feel.
I don't
Okay,
know what your
anyth-
intelligence is.
Anything else you guys want to do?
Well,
Nope.
I guess I read magic, so I'm gonna remove that for today.
If it's morning, I'm just waking up and grabbing everybody and kind of like, okay, we should be on our way.
Yes,
Okay.
Victorina, I'd like to. Well, we'll talk after we get out of the town.
Sure.
I have an idea,
Okay.
and it's not what we talked about the other day.
Excellent.
So we get out of town, or go to the edge and try to be let out of town, Neil.
Are we going
Okay.
to? There's this small zit of a town, Neil, that doesn't have a name.
Between
That is... Well, you haven't
That
arrived
was-
there yet, but yeah.
You're talking about at the fork in the road?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that is either.
Well, we're heading towards that, I guess, and on the way. Do we leave okay and everything? Schneal.
Yeah, you leave everything. You don't have any problems getting out of town. No one
Wait, is that
hassles
even
you.
a town marker? What are the little yellow ones in the forest?
The yellow ones represent abandoned mines. The gray ones represent functioning mines.
Got it.
But you would not have any idea of that right now. You've never
Right.
seen this area.
On the way, then I say, we should refresh what is the best direction to take to get to the Longborn Kingdom. We talked about going through the ancient trees, but we know that that is a cursed, dangerous place. Of course, the rest of this town or this country is Verasi country, so it doesn't seem like anything's going to get much better. But
Weren't we told that the south of here is the more treacherous route? That for some, I remember
I
someone.
believe that's where
mentioning
the wizard warlord lives, right? He owns down there.
something like that. Yeah,
I
it
can't
doesn't
remember.
matter to me. If you are really worried about the ancient trees, though, we do have Leia with us, and I do speak Elvish. We should be okay going in there. Maybe. I don't know what lies in there.
As do I, actually.
Well, we should be okay. We could perhaps make it to. I mean, we have all this mithril. We might as well go pay a visit to Smelton.
Okay.
I mean, otherwise.
Anybody else have any suggestions?
Well, the thing is that Smelton is likely Verasi controlled, considering the mines.
Oh,
are
it's super Verasi
controlled.
controlled, yeah.
So we need to construct a plan that allows us to smelt it down. You know, we could either impersonate Verasi or
I don't even know if we have these rite of passage right here. We just flash that and we walk. in.
right. But then when we arrive with a ton of mithril that's been stolen, we need a reason to have it and a reason to get it smelted.
Why don't we just give the blacksmith some of the mithril for helping us?
We could try a bribe. Yeah, I think that's something. I think we should just talk about a plan. We can't just waltz in there with a ton of stolen mithril and say, "I'd like this smelted, please," and then we'll be on our way.
I mean,
Right.
if we really want to be straightforward with it, with that man, maybe I can then try to ESP him from afar, see what he's actually thinking. Maybe see his alignment. What if he's not for Verasi? Maybe he would be for us against them. I don't know.
Maybe.
Sure.
By the way, on the topic of that portable hole, Victorian, I wanted to talk to you about, I guess, everyone else, since you're all hearing this, and Helen, this involves you as too. This hole could house the baby and Helen at all times. They would never have to leave, and no one would know that they even exist, as long as we have that portable hole.
Would there be air and supplies for them?
I would think so. When I poked my head around last night, it seemed breathable. I guess we could do some more testing and see what happens when you lock
Let's
yourself
test.
inside there.
Let's find an animal, see how it fares in there. But a hole is, I mean, if we're to close that, it's pitch black. It's a
I mean, we could furnish the place. We could look. I tried to steal the bed last night. All right, I tried to steal the bed from the hotel. It was actually too big, and it was going to be a hassle, so I didn't do it. I was going to surprise you guys, but yeah. Anyways,
Would have been nice
if you
to
leave
sleep
the
in.
hole open, does air get in there?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, let's test it. It's not a terrible idea. That'd be certainly worth. It opens up options, right, for smuggling people in and out of towns or surprise assailants. that kind of thing.
Smuggling the party completely in and out of town.
As long as I don't know what happens if someone's in there. If you can get out, either we should test that.
Yeah.
Perhaps your squire Tariq would be the man for the job.
My early word is, we'd have to absolutely know and I still feel like maybe only in the most perilous situation because the child is so important. If we just didn't understand and the baby died in there, I mean, our whole
That
life
would be
ruined.
tragic, wouldn't it?
Be very bad.
Yes, it would be tragic.
I just kind of go like this with my fingers rubbed together. I'm like, we should be off. Let's make way.
Okay.
I'll do some testing though.
So, are you guys headed to Fort Ironbeard, or are you headed to Umberward?
Yeah, I ask him that. I say, I feel like if we're going
We
to
get to the
Umberward,
fork
we're
in the
heading up
road.
to Smelton, and then that leads us up to the forest, or we go to Ironbeard to go south of the forest, to which we then make our way east.
I mean, one option too is if we go to Smelton. Fuck, Neil, would my character know that there's a river attached to Smelton?
You wouldn't necessarily know, but yeah, I mean, you have no idea where this area is. You've just heard rough descriptions. You really don't have much an idea of distance between anything at this point. You don't have any maps of this area. It would be highly beneficial if you could get yourself a map of this area, and very cost effective.
Okay.
I
I've
had-
been
What about
pretending
like
to have
with
one.
his intelligence though? Is what he's saying.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
So
I can't use that. Never mind.
let's say we did go to Smelton. Like, let's say we make money off the mithril, or let's say we make something out of it. Like, do you really think it's going to be better than what we have right now? Like, carrying mithril, carrying money.
Well, I mean, in terms of quality, absolutely. Mithril is a higher quality ore than anything we have in the party.
But how long is it going to take to make something out of it? I am fearing a part 2 of
No,
us waiting
yeah.
for 2 months in the city.
Don't worry, Leia. We're not. We are
Victorian, how long would it take to make something of this? You've
just
probably
like
heard
making a full
legends.
play. It would be months.
Well,
I
perhaps-
don't-
Tarn, you've never worked with mithril before, but
I'm just making
you're
a guess.
you're an expert in this realm in forging and stuff. And although you've never handled this material yourself, you're pretty sure that the temperature required to smelt mithril is difficult, and working with it is a little bit more difficult than usual. A professional guess, kind of out of the blue, you'd expect twice as long to do anything with mithril that it would take for
Okay.
iron.
I say as much as I say. Look, friends, the mithril is either a peacetime awesome project, like we find a nice place where perhaps we have a reason to wait, and then we work with the metal for ourselves, or we sell it, but it's not.
How Victorian? How much space do you need for smithing? Because I have this 6 foot in diameter, 10-foot tall room that you could rent if you wanted.
Yes. Again, still terrified of stepping into a hole, but that's certainly an idea for later.
I put my head in last night. It wasn't that crazy.
For now, I think we should consider the mithril a stolen resource that we took away from their war effort, but we should be considering our path to the Longborn Kingdom, not where we can, make good on this money or this metal. Because we have no need for money right now, and we just need to get moving.
Leia look at peace with this. For once, she's like, yes.
We
What he said.
we shouldn't do anything
I noticed
with
this,
this
and I
metal.
put my arm around her and said, Leah has always been right, and we should follow her advice more often.
Well,
I am
Anyways.
tempted to give you a kiss on the cheek right now, but I will abstain from those affectionate... How do you say it in English? Damn it, it would have been so smooth.
We know where this leads.
PDAs. PDAs.
Okay.
there you go. We shouldn't go to Smelton then. Let's just leave all that. Let's just throw all of our shit inside of the portable hole that we have, and then we'll just go somewhere and eventually figure it all out.
Exactly. So that brings us again. Should we head to Ironbeard or through the forest by way of Smelton?
Do we know that Ironbeard's militarized? Like heavily militarized?
I mean, it's
we-
called Fort
we just-
Ironbeard.
We assume everything's militarized down here anyways, though.
Are there... Would I know that Ironbeard is going to be of dwarven descent, or might have dwarves in it?
You know nothing about it other than its name and that it is a military fortress in Varossi
Well-
occupied territory.
But he knows the ways that dwarves would name their cities typically, and it
Right.
kind
That
of sounds
intelligence
like
Neal,
a
again,
dwarf.
just kind of
Ironbeard has some dwarven roots in it, clearly, but that doesn't mean it is built by dwarves or that it is inhabited by dwarves.
So you're saying it is dwarves then?
That's probably dwarves.
That's all it is. It's dwarves.
Well, I guess we got to put it to a vote because we either go south and it's... Well, I don't know. We go south and we get to the Longboard Kingdom faster, is what I understand. Is that... Or east and it's safer?
I think the forest is actually the more direct route because this includes us going south by the river and then east. We're trying to go east.
What is the capital of this Longbourn Kingdom? Does anyone know?
Why it is Neil?
My God, I haven't needed that name in forever. Give me a few moments to look it up because it's on an external hard drive that's turned off right now.
I say it though. I do know it.
Is it on the map, or is it that far east?
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
Longbourn
big
Kingdom is
shit.
nowhere on a map. It's
Oh, okay. But it's really, really far east.
super far east.
Well, I mean, my vote is to go through the woods.
Okay. Leah, what say you?
I want to hear the other options. You guys speak first.
Tariq, You handsome son of a bitch.
I smile as he says this, and a little gleam comes from my teeth, blink, like that.
I think it's lightning strike, and I'm like, Tariq, you shouldn't speak so soon.
So the forest that Zanzel is proposing, is this the dangerous forest we were warned of?
Yes.
I mean, what did they say specific? I think they might
Just that people
not...
that go in there die. The general thing.
Is that what they said?
Yeah,
that is actually pretty dangerous. Never mind. Is it
I would
disappear
vote
or is it
for
die?
No, you just die. Nobody makes it out.
How could
There's
someone know that
monsters and
someone
shit in
dies,
there.
Victorian, unless they make it out?
What?
How could someone know that someone has died unless they made it out?
Look, Sanzo, you're freaking intelligent, but I get it. The general consensus is people just don't come back from in there.
Okay.
Die, disappear.
It's all in the phrasing. That's all I'm saying.
Very good. I'll learn to read. You can teach me sometime.
Any night. I've got a room for it.
Tariq, you notoriously don't vote when we ask for votes, so go ahead and make one now.
I don't recall a time I've ever not voted.
You don't remember anything, though, and that's not usual, or that's pretty usual. So go ahead.
But as I just said, I would vote for a path around the forest. I do not want to go.
Okay. I vote we go south. We'll be killing Veracity. We're going to be in a lot of trouble, but better that than the unknown, I say.
The only point I would see for us going through the forest would be that Veracity probably wouldn't follow us there nor expect us to go that way.
True, but I think that in and of itself might be reason to not go there, right? If Veracity won't go in there, seems pretty bad for us.
But if Veracity fears it, it might be the kind of deal where it's like the enemy of your enemy, my enemy.
Well, Leah, you're in an interesting spot. You have the decider vote for the most part, so.
Well, it would be a tie instead of a 3-1.
She can't count.
Okay. I'm just letting everyone know.
How about we just follow the border of it? Like, we just go around the forest, but kind of just follow
Hang
it.
on. Did we just vote for something
Yeah.
you literally didn't vote? You chose another option.
Yeah, I'm just throwing the option out there.
No. We shouldn't go around the border of the forest because
It's gonna take a while.
it's still very scary, but also we're in a forest.
Yeah,
Not the haunted
if we got
one,
off the
but still
road,
the forest.
if we got off the road in the forest, who knows if we would even make it to the other side? We might end up right. Who knows? We get lost.
Right.
And people disappear, apparently.
The capital city is Yazul.
Okay.
That's what I said. But I didn't actually say it, but thank you, Neil.
Well, I guess we're going south then. These Democratic votes are quite cumbersome on the parties.
Yeah, we're kind of we have a lot of different opinions. Okay,
Yeah.
south it is then.
All right.
Ironbeard we go.
If there are
So-
dwarfs in here, by the way,
And you said
Hold
this
me
is
back.
Fort Ironbeard, correct?
It is a fort.
hold me back. That's all I'm saying.
Hold you back. You don't like dwarves?
Not a one of them.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay, so let's take a look at our map. Here we go. So as you are heading out the gates of Brunder, well, yeah, you pass the gates of Brunder unmolested, and you spend about a day on the road when you come to the fork in the road, which is about a day away. A little less. It's 6 hours of walking. And stationed there is a tavern, a very large tavern. It's only 2 stories high, but it's, wide and long.
How about I buy you guys a fantastic meal? We deserve a break.
Are you going to be cooking us some of that awful squirrel soup?
What?
I'm
Zanzo, I'm going to pretend
You
you
have
didn't say
no
that. I
taste.
know you didn't say that. You don't like dwarves, you don't like squirrel soup. Today's been a day of true truths, but let's just I'll buy you guys a meal. I'm the banker, apparently.
You come to this place, which is called the Silver Well, and enter in the front door. And well, before you even get to the front door, you notice that there's also a stable nearby on like the other side of the street from it that has a bunch of horses in it. There's a couple of stable boys hanging out around there. And there's a few other buildings behind the tavern that look perhaps like where the people who live here might, the people who operate this tavern might live. They're kind of separated and small and not that fanciful. And you see many chimneys sticking out of the roof of the silver well. Some smoke coming out of a few of them.
Okay.
Okay. You walk in, and the person on duty, the clerk at the front, waves you over and says, "Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Silver Well. What can I do for you?"
We're just looking for a delicious meal and perhaps. I guess we've only been. You said we've only been on the road for 6 hours.
Well, it's like you usually spend 8 to 10 hours a day traveling, and so you spent 6 hours today traveling. There's like the wake up period, they get the food, get your gear ready, travel for 8 to 10 hours. This is like 6 hours through the day.
We needed a couple of rooms, some delicious food, and I was wondering if I could buy a map of this area from you.
Scratch said, "Well, I can make you a crude one, but all the cartographers are. You can find a good cartographer wherever you're headed, which is where exactly?"
We're just heading east, but even a crude one will be fine. It helps with the immersion of the YouTube jerks and makes Neil feel happier that we're going the right way, so that'd be fine.
All right.